Hello, you're watching Bearwood West Yard. Today I'm going to be bringing you the February 2018 layout update. I'm going to be starting this layout update from the eastern end of the layout. As you can see before you, I've got my platform edging for the island platform part of the station. As you will have seen in the video previously that I uploaded, I was weathering the concrete edging. I'm quite happy with the effect I've got, and I hope you're happy with the effects that you got too if you've used them or trialled them out, or you think that they're alright. The end here, if I get it in focus, that isn't a manufactured one. It mainly consists of a corrugated cardboard back which has been painted, along with the 1.5mm thickness cork, which has been cut to size and has been used as the top slabs and the support brackets. I think that's what they're called anyway. Right, over here you'll notice that there is a hot glue gun. I used that for the installation of the platform edging. I found that that's much easier to do than it is to use any other form of adhesive, as all you've got to do is hold it there for about 10 to 20 seconds and then it's set. So that was quite nice. To be able to have it where it is, I did have to take up the depot roads so that it was in a safe place, not in the way, and I was at a minimal risk of burning myself, of which I didn't do because I cleared out some space for it so that it was clear. So that's always one of the things you've got to look at, especially when you're in such a tight space. I did have to move my bed forward slightly so that I had some more space, as this is a layout in a bedroom. Over here I digged out my diorama that I did about 4 years ago when I was at the age of 13. Wasn't too much of a bad go. It was coarse ballast along with a Hornby double straight which I'd painted, and I chiselled out a small brook, painted the inside of it blue, and then just PVA glued over the top to give a relatively clear but also slightly murky effect. And I used some green grass scatter from Woodland Scenics, I believe it is, for that. And then next to it, it was my GCSE project that I did for resistant materials. So that opens, and if I can get it open, and I'm currently using that for storage. So you've got things such as your sleepers, relay boxes, couplings, accessories that you can fit onto wagons and locomotives, detailing packs, that's what I mean. So yeah, just your general storage stuff for things that can easily get lost, which is quite handy to have actually. Moving on now, the track itself has all been tacked down. You'll notice that there is no pins in it. That is my secret method. No pinless track tacking. Actually, it's a very, very simple method, and one that's found with ballasting, except I used a 75% PVA to 25% water as opposed to 50-50 that you would do for ballasting. That's come up, so I've got a nice, that ain't moving anywhere. So yeah, I've done that with pretty much everywhere that's cork. I've done that to both lines that surround the island platform, and I've got it up to, as you can see before you, on the inner line. So now we'll move on to the yard itself. When you last saw this, I was in the process of tacking down the flexi-track curves because some of the wagons didn't like it, and I was having to put consists I was having to assign consists to a certain siding, and when you've got a yard you don't really want to do that, so spending a little bit more money to get some more flexi track to do that, it was worth it, because it now means that I don't have to do endless shunting about to make sure that everything's pitch perfect. So you can see that in there I've got the intermodal rake and the steel carriers, along with my Class 33 and a Mark 1 BG coach, 2 steel mineral wagons and a BR pillbox brake van. I used them along with my KTA pocket wagon on the end of the intermodal rake. I used that as a test train for gauging with regards to the platform edging when I was installing it, mainly because these were the wagons or coaches with the most overhang. So if they were going to be gauge cleared, then everything else would be that I've got on my layout so far. Moving on now to where the business has been going on. It might just look like it's a load of newspaper, but I'm actually starting to build up the tunnel cutting now. I'm starting to build it up. I'll just move part of it. You'll notice that although the light may not be too great, you can definitely see, or will be able to see. I'll take a photograph and put it in. That is the cutting. Right, I threw in a photo there with flash on as I'm filming in my own shadow from the light that I've got just up there, as I'm filming currently in the evening and it's quite dark in my room. You'll see there that I've got a steel rule, a cutting mat and a craft knife. I went down to my local model shop and I got the steel rule and the cutting mat for a reasonable price, about £14 in total, of which I would say that it was relatively expensive. However, given the quality of the materials, you can't go wrong, because it's going to be used for a good long while. So that will be used on various projects on the layout and off the layout, and also during my A-level in product design. One of the things that I found using Hornby Points with Peco Track is the fact that for detailing, you've got to use certain Peco products. As seen here, you've got the Dummy Point motor. Because they're intended specifically for Peco points, one of the things I've done is I've cut out several bits of the 1.5mm cork, of which I've used a lot on my layout for various different things. I cut away a recess and that sits in there happy, and the point motor can just sit there on top of it, not worrying about anything. It does work. I'm not going to do it at the moment because the point motor will just go ping somewhere where I won't be able to get it, as it's not tacked down. One of the things that is most common for trying to convert it is by actually cutting away part of the mechanism itself. So cut away the sides to satisfy the rod, because it's too thick. But other than that, of which I've used on several places on the layout, that pretty much covers it for this video. So yeah, feel free to like, comment and subscribe to follow the progress on the channel. So see you in the next video.